This is Awesome St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is now August the 27th to the 29th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.
Hi! Welcome back. It's a new month, which means new comic book. Hi there, I'm your host today. My name is Jen Pink, and today I am going to be reviewing Mighty Morphin issue number 4 and Power Rangers issue number 4. Woo! Yes! Here, I just want to give, I just also want to show you my thumbnail. I love this. So it's a combination of Mighty Morphin issue 4 on one half on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side is Power Rangers issue 4. So just for anyone that doesn't know, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers has been split up. So Mighty Morphin takes place in Angel Grove, currently focusing its storyline on the Power Rangers, and Power Rangers is focusing more on Omega Rangers, for anyone that doesn't know. So yeah, those are two stories split up. I always want to combine them together since they're kind of released in the same month. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I want to review is Mighty Morphin issue number 4. And the reason why Mighty Morphin issue number 4 is because personally, this is my favorite issue. Like, to me, this issue was really, really exciting. I really like it because Mighty Morphin issue 4, the first thing that we get it. We are the first page we are introduced to is this really cool flashback a long time ago in Planet Eltar. For anyone that doesn't know, Planet Eltar is where Zordon is from. So in this issue, Zordon, who is by the way not in a was that in the head or in like some aquarium thing, he's actually like a living person. He is currently a guardian, for anyone that doesn't know. So Zordon is taking his test to become the next guardian or successor to the throne, right? And it seems that the teacher, at first it looks like he was going to fail the test, but it seems the teacher has chosen Zordon to be his successor. And the reason being is he trusted Zordon more than Zardos. So for anyone that doesn't know, Zardos is his classmate, and he really thought that Zardos could become the second hand man or become the successor. But the reason why the teacher chose Zordon instead is because he believed that he's more mentally stable if anything happens to the teacher. And I really like this issue because you get a really cool flashback of more of Zordon's backstory, and we should see more of that. And in my opinion, I like that because you didn't really get to see much in the Power Ranger live action. So that was pretty cool learning about Planet Eltar. Now it takes us back to present day. For anyone that doesn't know, in issue number 3 of Mighty Morphin, the big putties come in to attack Angel Grove. The concert. So these big Zeo putties or whatever, they're really beefed up. They're no regular putties come in and attack. So it takes us back to the present day, which is really interesting also because the Zeo putties can also kind of control minds and whatnot and have illusions upon people. That's what happened to Adam, the new Black Ranger, and how he thought the enemies were actually were the Power Rangers and the bad guys were the putties. No, the enemies were the Power Rangers and the good guys were the putties. So I thought that was cool how these new Zeo putties have these new special things that they can do and they can manipulate. So that was really cool. So in this present day, we get this really interesting photo or photo split screen, I guess you could say, where it becomes a big kaiju battle between the Megazord, White Tiger Zord. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, White Tiger Zord is piloted by Tommy versus the big mighty putty. I don't know how to explain it, but it's this really cool kaiju fight where it's 2 versus 1, and I really like that as well because it's really cool. So while that's going on, the whole kaiju fight that's going on, Skull is passed out, and Candace and Bulk are they're in the alleyway trying to protect themselves from any more harm, from any more putties attacking them. We see this scene that was really cool, right? Where where Bulk knew Candace was hiding something, because remember, she's always been MIA whenever there's something going on or she's hiding something. Something's going on. So Bulk confronts her about the situation. Bulk makes this assumption that Candace is actually cheating on Skull, which isn't really true because in a couple issues we find out that Candace is actually a blue alien from the planet Eltar. She comes from the same region as Zordon. But the thing is, Bulk doesn't know that. So the whole time, Bulk was assuming that Candace was cheating on Skull, when that's not the case. And I just thought it was just interesting how you see how Bulk really loves his best friend so much, and Bulk really does care about Skull that much. So right when this is happening, Skull wakes up, right, and Candace, all of a sudden, right when Skull wakes up about the whole situation that's going on, um Candace just disappears. And I really like this because it's like she proves her statement. Like Book proves his statement saying that Candace is always disappearing. And that is true, but like you can make I think it's just interesting because like you think that it's about cheating, but it's really not. So yeah. And so while that's going on, while Candace just disappears, the next page, this fight goes really crazy. Grace Sterling, who by the way is in charge of the new Green Ranger, comes in and sends in not just the new Green Ranger, but he sends in his Dragon Zord for help. And I love this. Oh my god, this page was so darn awesome because I really wanted to see it happen where together the two Zords, the White Tiger Zord and the Dragon Zord, were able to merge together to create this big Zord, right? Green and white combined together. But right when that happens, right, I was really sad because I really wanted to see them merge. But right when that happens, Lord Zed saws this and like says, "Stop it!" And then he automatically stops it right away. So right when that happens, right, the Rangers are in deep trouble. And so when the Rangers are in deep trouble, the Rangers are then teleported back to the command center. And so yeah, so like they got teleported back to the command center. So the Rangers, they automatically think Alpha's work, thinking that the Rangers were teleported by Alpha when really it was actually Candace who ordered the fast teleportation. And I really like this part. That was really cool. Where here I'm gonna show a split screen. Hold up. Where I love this introduction where Candace reveals herself. So this issue to me is all about revealing their true identity. So in this issue, we see this photo right here, or Candace reveals that she is Zelia from Eltar, who by the way is who by the way, I thought this reaction was really funny because like you find out the Rangers finds out like, oh my god, Skull's girlfriend this whole time was an alien. And of course I love Adam's response. Adam's response is like, of course she's an alien, no wonder he likes her or something. And I thought that was really funny, by the way. And so that was a really cool scene. Like the cool part is that Candace was able to reveal herself, right? And like right when Zelia or Candace or whatever you want to say tells, like, I love this scene because Candace or Zelia tells Zordon, who by the way is like, Zordon is now a big head. We don't really know that much backstory about why he's a big head and not in a form, but Candace or Zelda, I'm gonna say Zelia, okay, um, tells Zordon that the third Eltarian war is upon us. And I thought that was really interesting because I always thought that the blue alien Zordon, he was just the only one that's gonna be living in Earth. But that was really cool. I love how like there are other people from planet Eltar that are actually guarding and protecting Earth as well. So yeah. So while that's going on, Lord Zed is literally Lord Zed's so cool in this issue. So while that's going on, Lord Zed literally creates this big force field trapping everybody in Angel Grove. And I thought that scene was so cool. It's like with his staff going on. And so he creates this really big force field, right? All around Angel Grove. So the Ranger sees that and the Rangers wants to go back and help, right? But Zelia/Candace tells them no, if they do it, they'll get killed. So like Angel Grove is in really deep trouble and we don't know what's going on with the issue. And I love that. I love that there's the actions continuing on and on. And I like that because you get more suspense out of it. But that's just me. So while that's going on, Lord Zed is created this big giant force field around Angel Grove, the national broadcast TV appears of what looks like Green Ranger. So the Green Ranger is talking and tells everybody to calm down, and Green Ranger admits that he's also scared. But towards the end, the Green Ranger takes off his helmet and reveals that it was Matthew Cook on national TV right here. You thought that it was Lord Dragon. Nope, it was Matthew Cook right here. For anyone that doesn't know, Matthew Cook is actually Kimberly's ex-boyfriend. For anybody has read Go-Go Power Rangers, so in Go-Go Power Rangers, we are introduced to Matthew, which is Kimberly's ex-boyfriend now. But back then, he used to date Kimberly. But then, what ended up happening was Finster kidnapped him and taken him to the moon, and Matthew Cook got a really big PTSD from it, like really, really big PTSD, because Matthew Cook, the putty, was taking place on Earth, and we didn't know that wasn't the real him, and that the real Matthew Cook was actually up in the moon, and you can tell Matthew Cook was really traumatized. So I thought that because of how Matthew Cook had really bad PTSD from being stuck in the moon for a while like a fake imposter Matthew Cook putty is like living on Earth. I thought that he never wanted to be Ranger, so I thought it was interesting that he becomes the new Green Ranger, and I wish they could show more like an explanation of that, because that'd be a really good thing. But yeah, I really like that Matthew Cook comes back, because like in a couple issues before, Tommy was such a prick when he saw Matthew Cook. He's like, yeah, I know him, and then he ended up leaving. So there was this scene where like Matthew Cook tries to hold his hand, like, tries to give him a handshake, and of course, like Tommy was such a jealous freak, saying, yeah, I know you and whatnot. So I thought it was just cool that like Matthew Cook, this photo right here is the new Green Ranger of the series, and I like that. But what's also interesting is he broke the rule, because you don't really show your face. Power Rangers never really show their face on national TV. So I want to see where that plays out and how Matthew Cook's role is going to be, because he's the new Green Ranger. So yeah, so that's what it ends on. Overall, I would give this issue, I would say, an 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10, or better yet, 8 and a half, because we get to see two people reveal themselves, and that was Candace and Matthew Cook. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Now Power Rangers issue 4. Now this one was really, to me, Power Rangers issue number 4 was really, really weird and interesting. So this one was when the Omega Rangers, for anyone that doesn't know, Power Rangers issue 3 was the Omega Rangers were about to get killed, but then surprisingly Lord Draken, with the help of Lord Draken, he was able to devise a plan and was able to free themselves away from the monsters. So yeah, that was cool. So this takes place in what seems to be in Lord Draken's dream. Lord Draken's dream, where Angel Grove is under Lord Draken's universe. Because remember, they're trying to do whatever they can to find out about the Imperials, like these monsters that are like roaming all over the planet, right? So we got to look at what's going on. So what I love about this issue is issue number 4 takes place in Lord Draken's universe, or what it seems like Lord Draken's universe right here. In this issue right here. Look at that. Welcome to Angel Grove. And what I like about this issue is in Lord Draken's universe, there's no color. In Angel Grove, there's no color. It's all just like everything's falling apart. It's all gray and misty. Like it just looks really sad. And in this issue, right, we get a look of what happens in Shattered Grid's universe. For anyone that doesn't know about this, or anybody who has read Shattered Grid, that's supposedly what Shattered Grid should have been had they not stopped Lord Draken and whatnot. So I thought that was a really interesting look at it. So yeah, so the Omega Rangers and Lord Draken are landed, like they were able to land in Shattered Grid's Angel Grove dimension. And while that's going on, we see like this photo. I really like this photo where the statue of the little kids are praising Lord Draken, right? So in this dimension, you see there's no sense of life, no universe, nothing. And I love how Zach critiques Lord Draken's world, saying that couldn't you have think of something better? And of course, I love Lord Draken's defense, because the Lord Draken's defense saying that everyone in this world has no hunger, no war, or violence, which is like an interesting perspective, because think about it. In Lord Draken's world, there is no hunger, no war, no violence. Draken sees himself as kind of a hero, but like he doesn't see himself as like the person. He feels like he kind of reminds me. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, he kind of reminds me of what Thanos believes in, because he believes in order, recreating the world, creating something else for the future. And I thought that was interesting. So Draken knew what he was doing. So yeah, so while that's going on, we see like the giant tiger, like this really cool giant tiger and falcon that are walking around the city, and they were supposed to destroy anything. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, Lord Draken says that they were supposed to destroy anything that got in their way, except for but what ended up happening was, according to Lord Draken, the emissaries locked Draken away, so he was jailed from it. So he was locked away, so he was jailed from being destroyed. So For anyone that doesn't know, for anyone who has read Shattered Grid, Lord Draken wasn't killed. He was just jailed. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. I really thought that because for anyone that doesn't that read Shattered Grid, it really looks like Draken died, but it seems like he literally was just jailed. So yeah. So like, well, that's going on, right? Well, while everybody's exploring the city of Lord Draken's universe, they get chased. The Omega Rangers plus Lord Draken gets chased down by a tiger. And I love this issue because Jason runs on his own, and Zack and Trini are together, and Lord Draken kind of like disappears on his own. We don't really know. So on to the next page. Jason, who is by the way, the Red Omega Ranger, is on his own. He ends up in this diner, which is by the way really interesting because in this diner it's the same place, like in the same place where Kimberly got her memories back. For anyone that doesn't know, Kimberly's memories back, it was back in the Shattered Grid finale where they reveal about how their memories and whatnot and how the universe and whatnot was the Morphin Grid. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But like we find out about the diner, and then next thing you know, you get reminded Jason ended up in that diner, how he was able to get his own memories back. So right when he's explained, right when Jason's running away from the tiger, Jason finds little remains of the Red Emissary. For anyone that doesn't know, those Red Emissaries, from Necessary Evil, right? Kia, who by the way killed off the Blue Emissary, when they die, they are turned to stone. Like they literally get turned to stone and are shattered to pieces. Nothing's left of them. But but we see Red Emissary. So we see like little remains of Red Emissary in there. So we don't really know much, but we do know the blue and red emissaries are dead, but the remaining pieces are in Lord Draken's dimension. So yeah. On to the next page, things gets pretty weird because Zack and Trini finds this giant town hall, right? And then you find these people, or I don't want to say sentries. I want to say like you would find like these models, or what that word, like mannequins. Yeah. So they find these mannequins, or like not really mannequins, but they're like a red sentry, like created, and they're all wearing sports gear, right? And we see more sentries come in, right? As as they approach they approach towards the town hall center. You see these lord sentry, and these sentries, right, or machines or whatever you call them, are all saying, "All hail Lord Draken." And then what I love about this is like the sentries are praising Lord Draken, who by the way, Lord Draken's sentry, or whatever you want to call it, this mold, is literally made out of a trash can. So it was really interesting how they made it. So the sentries are all built like robots, and Lord Draken's built out of trash. So next thing you know, with the sentries, as they're screaming "All hail Lord Draken," they come closer towards Zack and Trini. Looks like they're about to attack them, right? Next thing you know, the real Lord Draken starts beating the sentry up, each and every one. And I thought that was interesting because, like, in Lord Draken's world, why did he create multiple sentries and even a sentry of himself? And then Trini, like, right when Lord Draken defeats all the sentries, Trini asks, "How long has Draken been here for?" Right? Let me fix this. You know, like Trini asks the really important question here. How long has Draken been here for? And Draken responds, but he doesn't know. But Draken did point out some important information. Like he says there's no life, no season, no existence. So Lord Draken says, please don't judge me. And it goes to show you that Lord Draken kind of does have a heart, because in his universe, he never felt perfect. Like he felt really alone. Why do you think he created sentries and kind of like Power Rangers and whatnot? So maybe perhaps these sentries that he created were just coping mechanisms to feel great in this universe. So yeah, so it really got me thinking: is Lord Draken really a bad guy after all? I mean, yeah, he did kill people, but do you think he wanted it to be this way? So yeah, that was a really good memo to point out. And so the next page, we see that the white tiger, next thing you know, finds all of them. But Zack comes out with a plan where he puts this helmet on the sentry, and he used that as a distraction to escape from the white tiger. So while they're running away, they're chased down also by Falcon. And in this Falcon, right, they were able to escape from the island. They were able to go back to their ship, right? But what was interesting about this want to say universe not want to say universe but interesting about Lord Draken's universe is that you see these really cool like remains of the white and the dragon's white tiger sword and the dragon sword. So I thought that was cool. So they were able to escape, and Zack says that Zack says that he found the remaining red emissary, but C says he can't find any remains of the traces of energy of the Imperial. So that got you thinking, where did these Imperials come from? You remember how when Zack was in the diner, he was able to collect all the pieces of the red emissary. So what they did was they put back all the pieces of the red emissary, and it looks to kind of like a souvenir, and it looks like only one piece is missing from the red emissary, and it's this one right here. It's the heart, and it got you thinking. The Imperials must have taken that last piece. My guess is that heart is like the living, breathing stone of the red emissary. So that's one of the things they took. And so I love the scene because Jason Lee Scott pointed out a really good message saying this whole time we've been looking for Imperial when we should have been looking for an emissary, which got you thinking, do these emissaries might be in bigger trouble than the Imperials? We don't know. So XC or 11, kind of C or 11 are like the blue, like says that the blue and red emissaries are linked together. So it looks like they're on this next page or this next couple issues, they're gonna be going to be searching for the blue emissary base. But yeah, but while that's going on, they found out that the spaceship is damaged, and Draken, who by the way says that he knows a place that can help them fix their spaceship, right? And it takes you to this last page that I really thought was interesting, where it's like these aliens are playing poker. It looks really crazy. It reminds me of Rogue One, kind of, where all the aliens are playing poker, and towards the end, the aliens said, "Stay away from Onyx." So it looks like the Rangers are going to be in Planet Onyx. So I want to see where that goes. I want to see how that's gonna work. So yeah, Power Rangers issue number 4, I would say give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't really that exciting. It was just kind of like an interesting perspective looking at Lord Draken, seeing that yeah, it does look bad. Like it looks like it's under his totalitarian control, but he did it so there's no hunger, no starving, and all of that. But at the same time, you also feel like he does feel lonely because yeah, he did kill off all the Rangers, but yet he still made sentries. He still made robots and whatnot of these Power Rangers to cope with his loneliness. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Power Rangers, 8 out of 10 for Mighty Morphin. Yeah. So while that's going on, let me read the comments. Hold up. All right. I read both of them, and both are pretty good. It stinks we don't see a combination of Dragon Zord and Tiger Zord if it wasn't for Lord Zed. But I can't wait for the next issue of Power Rangers to see Carone. Oh, yeah. I know. I was really sad too. I really, really wanted to see White Tiger Zord and Dragon Zord merge together, but damn it, Lord Zed, you, oh, I really wanted to see that. That would have been a really cool thing. But maybe that's gonna happen some other time. So yeah. And then let me read another comment. No comment says hi. Hi. And then okay. I believe King William said this. Hi Jen. Hi, nice to meet you. We'll hang out Korean barbecue soon, maybe. Yeah. Hi. And then Alden Tolbert commented saying, I got a gut feeling that math will become the dark side of because because of the psycho dagger when Zordon will stop being a big brat, aka fathead. I wonder that what Alpha will return in the future. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of interesting because you know how Matt Cook is now the new Green Ranger. I'm pretty sure he might be the Sega Ranger. We don't know yet, but I just thought it was interesting how brave he was just to take off his helmet and reveal his face and his name on national TV. I thought that was just bravery right there. Personally, Power Rangers don't reveal their true identities. So yeah. And then Alden Tolbert comments saying it's Ed. Hi. Yeah, I think those are the comments that I have. Um I just want to say thank you guys so much for another special episode of Ranger Comic Time. It really, really means a lot for this. I know it's only once a month, but I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, listening in to my reviews. I genuinely love the Power Ranger comics, and I want to see where it goes. For anyone that doesn't know, I combine Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers together just because the stories are somewhat intertwined. So that's the reason why I combine them and I review both. But yeah, overall, like this comic book is just it just keeps getting better, and I want to see where everything goes from there. I love seeing that Matthew Cook is now the new Green Ranger. I want to see how long he'll last. I want to see more of Lord Draken, in a sense that Lord Draken might not be a bad guy after all. Because think about it, he actually did help out in issue number Power Rangers issue number 3. He did help out the Omega Rangers from getting killed by the Horde. He could have just sold them out, but instead he helped them out, and I thought that was really interesting. So he's pretty good being a device schemist. So yeah. And then Alan says peace out. Peace out. Thank you. But yeah, so in terms of all our social media plug, I just want to let you know you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at facebook.com/morphinet. That's MORPHINNET, and Instagram at morphinet, MORPHINNET. Be sure to follow us on all our social media, uh oh, sorry. Woo! Okay. Need to talk again. Okay, and be sure to follow us on all our social media sites. We always post the best content for you guys. We're doing whatever we can. All things Power Rangers related, Super Sentai, even Kamen Rider. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Just, follow us, like, subscribe, tell your friends too. So yeah. And in terms of for me, you can find me at Instagram at Gemsina. That is GNMESINA. And yeah, you can find me there. We do this Power Ranger comic like once a month, but we do the best for what we can with our reviews. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for all your support, and and all your love, for 2021. 2020 was pretty hectic, but we're still going, and just want to say thank you for everything, all your support. Thank you guys for following, listening in, and until then, bye. Wait, where's the end?